talk to my computer for a little bit, okay? Hello, this is Tom Zams, and I'm going to present to you my technology-based professional development project for ETPT 5550. This video is going to walk you through the project and explain what I've set up that I plan to use with my high school. I teach at Perrysburg High School. I'll be collaborating this project with Josh Spiegel once we get it off the ground. But if you have had the chance to look at the infographic I sent you, I want to point out a couple of things. First, down here at the bottom, you could actually click on these active links for all of the tools that I use. That'll take you out to examples that I've moved over to my personal Gmail account. And second, up here, the play button will be active with connection to this video. Kind of a built-up loop there. First, I would like to demonstrate all of the different things that I set up that I use. I'll kind of go through each tool, so you have an opportunity to see how I use that tool in this project. The reason that we've decided to move to webinars for our school is we've Hello, this is Tom James, and I'm going to describe to you the technology-based professional development independent project for ETPT 5550. First, I'd like to take a look at the infographic that I sent you. At the bottom, you'll see all of the Google tools that I've used for this project. Each tool there has a link to an example or the website that you can use to sign up to do all of the activities that I'm going to demonstrate. I did not include a link to the calendar because that's rather self-explanatory. This middle section of the infographic explains why we've decided to go with webinars at my school. We've had Tech Tuesdays where we invite teachers to come discuss the issues they might be having with technology. And we've noticed that fewer teachers are attending those. Perhaps it's topics that they understand how to use, but we also know through some surveys that schedules are pretty busy with families and meetings and sports and things along those lines. We've had some really positive feedback on some monthly Twitter chats that we've been running, and we know that all of our students and teachers are going to be one-to-one, so we're trying to meet them where they're at in the 21st century. This infographic will have a link back to the YouTube video that I'm using right now. For this project, I'd like to walk through and show you how to use each of these tools and kind of show you the final product. First, we'll start with Gmail. Gmail is obviously the web tool that we'll use for this project. Gmail is how my school, we use Google Apps. We communicate using Gmail. What I did ask the district to do was to create a PHS PD, or professional development account, that myself and a couple of colleagues will have access to. The other purpose for Gmail, though, is to create some draft emails that will be used in some templates that send out registration information and confirmation of CEUs if we get to that point. Next tool is sites. I'm actually going to link, circle back to sites here towards the end of the presentation. Sites is what we plan to use to do all of our webinar activities, and I'll walk you through that site as we near the end. YouTube is used in conglomeration or collaboration with Hangouts and Google+. Hangouts is what I'm actually using right now to record this video. I'll show you kind of a little behind the scenes here. I'm running a live Google Hangout to record this session to show you how that's going to work. But the Google Hangouts, when they are recorded, will actually be embedded on each webinar page. They show up here in the form of a YouTube video, because if you're unable to watch that live feed of the Hangout on air, then you can come back later and this will be a recorded session with all of that information as well. The main heart of everything that we're working on here is a combination of Google Drive and Google Sites. There are many different things that I'm using in Drive to put this webinar system together. Google Drive is a fantastic device for on-web cloud-based technology. What you'll see here is kind of a bare bones, and that's the way that I kind of wanted it for the PHS user account. We see a couple of folders here. PHS logos is where I can kind of do some doodles and some different things that we'll use. Webinars is the main folder that we're going to take a look at. After visiting a technology conference, I was able to acquire this project and get some more information. Diving in, these are all the templates that I will use throughout the webinar process, creating those different webinars. And each webinar is going to have its own folder. You can see dated here, 2016-4/19. This is the very first webinar I plan to run next Tuesday. These are the various Google Docs and sheets, forms, and drawings that I plan to use for that webinar. We'll be using Google Forms and Sheets for our registration process, as well as an evaluation of the webinar. Add-ons are what we use in the various forms throughout our sheets or forms. I'll show you one example. So in our registration, once a user fills out the Google form, which looks like this, they get a Google form and they fill out their email address, first and last name, the organization they're coming from. When they click submit, all of their information will be sent over to their Google Sheet, and the add-ons that we put on here, another mail merge, for example, yet another mail merge. The way that this works is it pulls the email from the person that sent it, sends in a little collaboration, thank you, rather, using the draft that we have set up. You've been registered, inputs the information, and sends those out. It sends that information out as soon as they click submit on their form. So it comes in, and behind the scenes, a lot of fascinating things happen. Code, if you will, and the registration is sent to them. Also includes a reminder email for them to use to set up a reminder in their own calendars. We'll also be using drawings. You saw there when I was clicking through, we actually make our own headers for each webinar. We use a template here. This is kind of the logo that I've created for our school to use, and this logo is one that changes week to week depending upon the topic. The webinar that I'm showing you is based on Schoology, our learning management system. Some different topics will be included in there. This is an image that we put at the bottom of each webinar page. Just a little close out there. And Google Slides is sort of our main presentation tool that we'll be using to guide through. So this Google slideshow was set up specifically for the webinar that I would be presenting. In this case, the example I'm showing you is about using assessments or online assessments in that LMS Schoology. It includes information on the presenter, as well as an agenda, what we plan to talk about, and what the user would need. We walk them through each step, including a link to the web page itself, where they can add an event to their calendar. They can register for a session, watch that video once it runs live. There'll be a help guide here once that is finalized. The slideshow link, I'll show you how I can add that. So let's take a look more at this Google site. This Google site was built just for this project. And the goal is to make this accessible to all of our teachers at Perrysburg. Right now, for our district requirements for devices and technology, because the site was built with a district account, it is only accessible to teachers, which is why I submitted this video today. Short description here of our website, explaining what we plan to do with it, as well as a calendar of events. Hopefully next year it starts to fill in with a lot more webinars. We have a webinar page. What I did was a few videos from last school year there we included in YouTube, and so I've linked out to those. Just bring up the different web pages that people can go back and visit and see some previous trainings. Our upcoming trainings linked here. This is the page that we were just visiting, and I'd like to show you how I edit that page through Google Sites. So by clicking the little draw button here, we're able to use Google Sites and do some different things similar to using Blogger, but I actually liked the feel of this a little bit more when I was building the site for our date today. So one example that we can do is we can add some text, we can do some different things. I'm also going to update this image while we're sitting here. So I'm going to change this image. I'm going to find the image that I would like to use. Sorry, that's the link. So we're going to go ahead and remove that image. We'll insert another one. I find that image here. I can download it as a JPEG or a PNG. Either works. I'm going to get back to the site that I was editing and drag that picture right in. Move the picture. I will actually use the menu system. Insert an image. I'll insert this image, we'll click OK. And I'll make that image small and then center it on the page. This is a nice way to end the particular site that we're working on. Remove any additional lines that we might have on the page. And this symbolizes the end of this web page site. To add the Google slideshow itself, I need to add or insert the share link. In this case, I only want it to be viewable. I will copy that link, copy the clipboard. On the site, I insert the text. Google slide link. Put it on the right line though. Google slides link. Select. Insert a link. Web address. And paste that share link that I just gave. We click Save. We see this particular version of the site, which allows me to edit. If I were to navigate to this page from my own school account, switch over to my school account right now and visit the web address that I've created. You see that I don't have the editing tools, and this is what every other teacher would see when they start over to this page. They see the various links here. I'm able to fill out an evaluation form. I'm able to register here. If I were to click register, it'll take me out to that form that I can fill out, just so I can get information regarding all the teachers that have attended that, and I can contact them if perhaps they don't fill out an evaluation, or in the future if we have CEUs available for them, they would be able to use that as well. So again, we decided to build this entire program. It took a number of different hours to get everything done that we wanted to get done here. Everything on this website was built from scratch. The background in the banner up top here, the image that you can see here. Every page was built just for, again, for this project. As we come in here, there is a template that I plan to use for all of the webinars, so they're all very similar. This header was built, again, with that image coming in and out. So lots of work, lots of hours put in here. Created this slideshow to build that very first webinar to get it off the ground and running. If you have any questions about this presentation, please feel free to let me know. If you'd like to see more from it, I'd be happy to submit as much as I can. I did share with you a few documents through Google. You might have received an email, and what I did was created a webinars folder, and in that folder created some documents that you have access to, so you can see a copy of what I did. Again, put that on my personal account, so it's not the actual live documents that we're using on our Perrysburg site, but it is a copy of all of those things. So some great information there. We have some kind of background as to everything that we're working on. I appreciate your time watching this video, and